hiring in the United States, we were just telling you, has rebounded in the last 3 months. Last year, the labour market averaged over 10,000 new jobs a month. Now things seem to be on the upswing. And if you look closer at the report, the leisure and hospitality sector added 70,000 jobs. Government, private education also performed well. Jobs were lost in wholesale trade and financial activities. Betsey Stevenson was the chief economist at the US Labor Department. She's now a professor of public policy and economics at the University of Michigan, and Betsey's with me now. When you look at the numbers of the net, they lost, they gained, therefore this is the overall picture. Does that give you, the makeup of the number, does that give you cause for concern?
The labor market is looking better right now. I think when you look at that makeup, you want to look over a longer period of time. And 2025 was definitely terrible for the labor market. Jobs came from only one place, that private sector healthcare services. All the other sectors together lost jobs. And the reason we didn't have job declines overall on net in 2025 was because the growth in the healthcare sector was bigger than the loss in all the other sectors. Now, if you look in 2026, what we've seen is some recovery in these other sectors and ongoing growth in healthcare. So where does that put us? Well, when we look at all the jobs together, we're still, in most industries, having fewer jobs than we had in January of 2025. So right now, we're kind of in a recovery in a lot of different sectors, including manufacturing, including the goods producing sector, including business and professional services. So all of that means that I wouldn't, say like everything is definitely great quite yet. What we are seeing is some recovery in sectors like leisure and hospitality in particular.
Right, okay.
But there's still a lot of sectors that have been super weak.
Are we seeing evidence of the return of manufacturing jobs? We always knew it was going to take longer. I mean, from Liberation Day onwards, it was going to take quite a long time before those jobs would materialize. But do you believe the United States is seeing evidence that manufacturing jobs are being moved back in?
Well, I want to actually caveat that with, you sounded like you were trying to connect it to the tariffs or Liberation Day. I think what we actually saw in 2025 was a speed up in the loss of manufacturing jobs that occurred because of the tariffs, because of the uncertainty. And we have now seen that settle down. And we're seeing the declines have now stopped, the declines that began around Liberation Day, and we're seeing a tiny recovery. Adding 7,000 manufacturing jobs is not a lot, but there's no evidence that the tariffs have led to some sort of resurgence in manufacturing. I don't think really there's any reason to believe that that's occurring. Could that occur at some point in the future? I am really not holding my breath for that.
Okay.
And even the Trump administration has said our goal is to build manufacturing in the United States with very few employees.
Right, but I think that sorry, and thank you for pointing that out, because the position that the administration has taken with Liberation Day and with the tariffs is, if you build your factory here in the United States, you won't get tariffed and will even make it advantageous to you. So I guess at some point one would hope to see that as a policy, more manufacturing jobs. Otherwise, the tariff policy just shot themselves in their own foot.
Well, yes, I think that the tariff policy has shot us in the foot, and I think there are still some believers holding out hope that that's going to help. But, I think that there's more than 100 years of economics telling us that that's not the way to build the economy.
If you now look at the dual mandate of the Fed, obviously you come at it as a labor economist, but which do you now think is the more important, where they have to give primacy, inflation or labor?
I still think they have to keep their eye on both. That's what a dual mandate is all about. Right now, the risk is greater with inflation. than the labor market, right? We are seeing a labor market where people are still getting hired. There are some signs of weakness, right? We do still see the duration of unemployment increasing. It is a low fire, low hire labor market, which means if you're trying to enter the labor market or you do lose a job and you're trying to find one, it's going to take you longer than it used to. And that can be very discouraging for people. It can cause people to drop out. So it's not a perfect labor market for everybody. But that said, the risk right now is on inflation. It is it is absolutely the case that this inflation is being caused by commodities, by oil prices, things that might not to ongoing inflation. But the Fed has been dealing with 5 years of inflation above their target, and they have to watch for the way in which that might get built into expectations and trigger ongoing inflation above the target.
And the whole credibility question. Betsey, how very good of you to come on tonight and make sense of it all for us. Thank you very much indeed.